If that happens, and I'm going to go for Hydralisk now. So I am going to pick off what he has remaining here for Mutalisks. He did get what I had there, and so I'm going to go ahead and get that. There we go, the hatchery back, and another Spore Crawler just to stop him from getting harassing while I'm getting ready to go. And I'm going to move those Overlords around slightly. So you'll notice in the bottom left corner, I've got that Zergling watching that Zelnaga watchtower, so I know he's not going to take that right away. I will not say that I didn't expect possibly seeing some sort of dropping or moving drones to the outside, and I'll say that because I saw the Overlord speed, but Corruptors are going to make short work of the Mutalisks I do have, and I'm going to move those Overlords in because they're going to, oh, sorry, those Corruptors are going to tank it pretty well, so they're going to tank that Spore launcher, I mean, so. So going to be able to pop out a couple of Hydralisks here in the near future, and that will do well against all the units that I've seen coming from him yet. I haven't gone for Infestors yet, and the only reason for that is that I haven't seen a whole lot of units out of him lately. I think I've been doing a pretty decent job of harassing him. I got an okay army, and I don't think he's going to send a whole lot at me right away. He spent a lot of his starting game economy on those Zerglings. So a couple mutas again, and as you can see, there's a few units flying out. Now my Mutalisks are at full health, and I'm going to start pumping out drones on expansion. There's a few Hydralisks. Alrighty, finally getting the additional gas on those there. I'm getting minerals pretty well, but I don't have a whole lot of gas, so I'm going to get that Overseer. I don't want to see any roaches burrowing under me, even though I don't expect that out of the caliber of player that I've seen so far. There's the Infestor Pit, and a couple of drones. And I can see that he's got quite the group of Mutalisks and other units coming over. I'm going to get them more of my Hydralisks as soon as possible because they're going to do real well against the units he has. But I do know, oh hey, he's going to go straight for that expansion there. So I'm going to do what I can to try to take out the units that I can. There's one infusion on that Spore, and my Mutalisks are going. It is not doing too well yet, but I am probably going to be able to take out all those Mutalisks before he gets any of my hatchery there. So he lost almost all his units there, and he's probably going to lose. There goes one of the Corruptors, and I've got a Changeling running around in his base since he has no Overseers to see that. So there goes a couple of drones out there. And I moved a few drones, as you can see from there, over to the other expansion. Or to the expansion. So I got a couple of Hydralisks here, and I'm probably going to go ahead and get an attack on here real soon. So I do see his expansion, and I'm thinking, okay, this thing's got to go now. So as you can see, my units moving across there. I am keeping the larvae in the rest of my base, getting my econ up there while I have a chance. I don't have another Spore Crawler, which might have been a better idea, and there it is. And getting another Spine Crawler down there just in case something comes at me. You'll notice that I left a few units behind. I wasn't worried about getting absolutely everything that I can right away. And there's the first Infestor. He'll end up hanging behind as well with those Zerglings. So no Hive yet, but he is going to town on some of my units there. Not going to do real well with the any of the military that he's got there, so I'm going to keep the units I have with me. I'm not worried about him breaking through any of the defense. I've got Spine Crawlers here, I've got Spine Crawlers up there. I've also got a Queen and a couple other things. I'm going to attack with the units that I have just to get some harass on him. And he did take out that Infestor, but I'm not going to worry too much about anything. Just make him run around my Spore Crawlers and lose all those Mutalisks because it's so easy to lose those. Did send my Hydras up, which was not the greatest idea without having the Roach there. You can see there was one infusion that I had there, and he's going to lose almost all his Mutalisks before anything really even happens here. So, a couple of Hydralisks coming up to attack. So I got my hydras and mutas, or my hydras and roaches, and I'm going to take out this destructible just going through the bottom, cause him a little havoc in the same way he bugged me early on. So pulling those drones off, they're not needed there anymore, and I'm going to get another crawler. He had some Zerglings that came through, but they do very poorly against roaches. And there goes that queen, a couple more lings coming at me, but nothing really to be afraid of. Gonna take out all the drones he can as soon as possible. There we go, going for that queen. Here goes all the drones. I'm gonna get up in that, make sure I can take out as many of those as I can. So I am gonna make sure that I take out all of his eggs. If you watched any of my previous videos, I've showed you how important it is to take those out, and he's left the